Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Online activity on literature books.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. After saying good morning, nobody's answering. Are you all ready with your English literature books?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please turn on your videos. Another 1 minute. Let everybody come and then start. We'll continue reading. Where were we? Where did we left reading the last class? Nobody remembers that?
Ma'am, at page number 18, we have waited Bodraj raised his catapult.
Yes. Iram, Apurva, turn on the videos. Anjali.
Ma'am, I can't open my because ma'am, if I will open, it takes the data more.
Okay, there might be some network issue. Another 30 seconds and then continue.
Ma'am, can we start reading?
Yeah, we'll start reading. I think there are some children still there in the line waiting room. Okay, meanwhile, you who will read? We have to start reading from page number 1818. I think the second last paragraph. Bodhraj lifted his catapult again. Before we continue reading, let's just recapitulate what we done in the last class. Who will tell me what happened in the story earlier? What happened in the story?
Ma'am, may I tell?
Yes.
Ma'am, there was a boy named Bodraj. Ma'am, he was very fond of killing.
Iram, your camera is not working.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good
morning,
No, ma'am.
Okay. Continue.
Ma'am, he was very fond of killing birds, so he has a catapult in his hand,
Okay.
and he was he don't get a harm if a snake bites it.
It doesn't.
He
Okay.
doesn't get harm. He has in his pocket one eagle and in one catapult.
Okay.
One
Good.
day
Good, Iram. Who else will continue from here? So she has explained the main character, Bodhraj, how was he, what he used to like, and what he used to normally carry in his pocket. What happened then?
Mom, Bodhraj's friend mother said him to if he is very
So
fond of killing animals.
before this part of the story came, it was that his friend's father got transferred to the outskirts of the city, where he got a big bungalow. It was beautiful, very picturesque, full of trees and everything. But there were no friends except for Bodhraj, who used to come and visit him. Yes, now tell me, what did his mother advise him? Yes, Anjali, you were telling?
I was telling that his friend's mother said his friend, so if he is very fond of killing birds and animals, so we can call him and make him clean our ground.
Yes. So now we are at the part of a story where in their big bungalow there was this godown, basically the cellar, the underground room, which was there were ventilators there. The main place which was frequently visited by the birds, especially the pigeons. And there was a nest also there, Mena's nest. The parents, Mena's parents, the baby birds there, their parents were not there. They might have been killed by the kite, or they were out to gather food. So now, Bodhraj had come for the help of his friend to clean up that entire place so that they can carry that nest which was there to the other safer place. But when he was in that mood to try to help, he saw that there was a kite also there who was trying to hurt those birds. So what happens next? Let's read. Who will read?
Mummy,
Yes, Ira. Yes, please continue reading.
okay, ma'am. Bodhraj raised his catapult. I wanted to
Lifted.
stop him. Ma'am, what?
Lifted.
Ma'am, I had never said lifted.
Okay, continue.
I wanted to stop him, but before I could open my mouth, there was a whizzing sound and then a loud clang as the pebble hit the iron sheet on the roof. The tiny beaks vanished, the cooing and tittering ceased. It seemed as if all the birds had been frightened into silence.
Okay, very good, Iram. So here, then Bodhraj raised his catapult to hit the birds. Before his friend could stop him, he has already shot the pebble. And the moment you release the pebble from the catapult, it is at such a high speed that it gives a whizzing sound. That is the sound of something crossing at a very high speed. But luckily, it missed its target and it hit the iron sheet instead. So the tiny beaks, since initially the baby birds, they were making sounds, they might be hungry, so they were waiting for their parents. But then the moment they heard that sound of the pebble, their tiny beaks vanished. Vanished means disappeared. And the cooing and tittering ceased. Cooing is the sound of the birds, and tittering is when birds are very frightened, they are scared, they make that kind of sound, that is tittering. And ceased means stopped. So when they heard the sound of the pebble hitting the iron sheet, they were scared and they were quiet. They did not make any more sound. So it shows that all the birds, they were very scared and frightened. Yes, continue reading, please. Who will read now? Yes, Apurva.
Ma'am, may I read? Ma'am, may I read?
Yes, Apurva, but why your cameras are not on? Nobody has to turn on their cameras. Why? Everybody has got a network issue. It is so difficult to communicate with you people like this. Only my camera is on. Nobody else has switched on the cameras. Apurva, your camera is not working.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please, Vita.
Bodhraj let fly another pebble. This time it struck a beam. Bodhraj was proud of his aim, but he had missed his target twice and was very angry with himself. When the chicks peeped over the rim of the nest, Bodhraj had a third, third try. This time the pebble hit the side of the nest. A few straws and bits of cotton wool fell, but the nest was not dislodged.
Read till the last of this page so that I can explain that entire diagram together.
Okay. Bodhraj lifted his catapult again. Suddenly, a large shadow flitted across the room, blocking the light from the ventilator. Startled, we looked up. Gazing down at us menacingly was a large kite with its wings outstretched. The minor chicks began fluttering with their wings and shrieking loudly. what would the kite do? The kite left the ventilator and perched on a rafter. It had folded back its wings. It shook its craggy neck and peered to the right and to the left. The birds' frightened cries filled the air.
Okay, thank you, Pooja. So normally Bodhraj was very expert. He was a very good in shooting and aiming at the birds. This was the first time that he missed his target, but that might be for the good of the birds only. So he was little annoyed with himself also. He tried for one time, the second, but he every time he was missing. What happened was rather than hitting the birds, the pebble at the I think in the third time it hit the nest. So basically the nest is made up of the straw, wool, or the rags. Rags are pieces of clothes. So the nest was not completely broken, but it definitely hit the nest, and some part of the nest, the pieces or the straws or twigs, they fell down on the ground. And suddenly he saw that there was a kite there. So suddenly a large shadow flitted across the room. Flitted means suddenly, which comes through. So since there was only ventilators and broken windows, so once they were aiming at the nest of the birds, they saw that there is some shadow which has suddenly come inside the room, and he recognized that it was a kite since and it was startled. We looked up. Startled is what is startled? Surprised. They were very surprised, and since it was a shock for them that who else besides them have come there to prey on the birds, so they were startled. They were surprised, gazing down at us menacingly. Menacingly, gazing is looking. When you are continuously looking, staring at something, and the large kite with its wings outstretched. They saw that this kite, which was sitting on the ventilator, it was looking at the two boys because maybe the kite usually used to come there to kill the birds and take away their eggs. So now even the kite is wondering that this was my territory. What is these two boys doing here? Whereas the boys, they are also wondering that this was a place which was only for the pigeons and the small mena birds. But how come the kite is here? If the kite is here, that means he is here for the destruction. So the mena chicks began fluttering their wings. Fluttering wings when you move something very fast. That is fluttering and shriekingly loudly. They were so scared that they tried to fly. So that is why they were moving their wings very fast and they were making loud noise. What would the kite do? The kite left the ventilator and perched on a rafter. Perched means to sit. Rafter is a beam. Beam, pillars and beams. Beams are basically the supportive things that you put for the ceilings of the roof. It had folded back its wings. It shook its craggy neck. Craggy is a rough, strong and rough neck, and peered to the right and left. Peered means when you looked carefully to the right and left. So here, the birds, they were very frightened. The baby birds, they were very scared. And what was the kite doing? The kite was looking here and there, and it was ready in its position to attack. Yes, continue reading.
Ma'am, married.
Yes, Adya.
The kite has been coming here every day, said Bodraj. I realized why broken wings, straw, and bits of bird flesh littered the door. The kite must have ravaged the nest often. Bodraj had not taken his eyes off the kite, which was slowly moving towards the nest. The cries became shrill. I was a bundle of nerve. Bodraj raised his catapult and aimed at the kite. Don't hit the kite, it will attack you, I shouted. But Bodraj paid no attention. The pebble missed the kite and hit the ceiling. The kite spread its wings wider and peered down. Let's go out of here, I said, frightened. The kite will eat up the little ones. This sounded rather strange coming from him. Bodraj aimed again. The kite left the rafter and spreading its wings, flew in a semicircle and alighted on a beam. The chicks continued to scream. Bodraj handed me the catapult and some pebbles from his pocket.
Okay, thank
Aim
you
at
so
the
much. Thank you so much, sir. So now what happened is there was a competition of the kite and Bodraj. Bodraj has taken it to his pride that how come I was the one who used to hit the birds and kill them. Now again another predator has come. Now there's a fight between the kite and the Bodraj. Now who will take the birds? Rather than hitting the baby birds now, Bodraj has changed his target. Now he's aiming at the kite. Initially, his friend tried to warn him that if we'll try to hurt the kite, it might dive down to them and hurt them. But Bodraj is nowhere getting scared and he is not listening, ready to listen to his friend. So he's aiming at the kite. He missed again, but he's not giving up. He wants to try it again and again. And so again, he's hitting the kite. Kite is round, taking circles, and again coming and hitting them again. So Mudraj, instead of hitting the kite now, he thought of an idea. What idea was it? We'll read in the next part. Any doubt in whatever we have discussed and read earlier?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. So let's continue with now. What was their
Can
plan?
I read?
Dave.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Bodraj
Please
handed me the
turn on your
catapult.
camera, Dave.
Bodraj handed me the catapult and some pebbles from his pocket. Aim at the kite. Go on hitting it. Don't let it sit down, he instructed. Then he ran and pulled up the table, standing against the wall, to the middle of the room. I don't know how to use the catapult. I tried once, but the kite had left the beam and flown to another. Bodraj brought the table right under the manna's nest. Then he picked up a broken chair and placed it on the table. He climbed on the chair, gently lifted the nest, and slowly stepped down. Let's get out of here, he said, and ran towards the door. I followed. We went into the garage. It had only one door and a small window in the back wall. The kite can't get in here, he said, and climbing onto a box, placed the nets on the beam.
Dave, thank you so much, Beta. So now, what was Bodraj's plan? He thought after missing his target, he thought that it is of no use hitting at the kite. It's better to distract the kite and take away the nest safely to a safer place. So he gave the catapult and the pebbles to his friend who has never used the catapult before, but now he gave him the catapult and the pebbles, not with the this aspiration that he is going to kill the kite, but just to distract the kite so that Bodraj can get the chance to take the nest from there and carry it safely to the another place. So where the same happened, his friend he tried to hit the kite, distracted it. Meanwhile, Bodraj carefully lifted the nest from there and both of them ran out to the garage. Garage had only one door and a ventilator, so they carefully kept the nest there. Understood, children? Okay, let's continue reading with the last section of our lesson. Who will read?
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, what is meaning of beam?
Where?
Ma'am, at the last box, place the nest on a beam. Ma'am, the last of page
It's a
19.
beam. You know what are pillars? Pillars
Yes, ma'am.
are which we put vertically
Vertical.
for the support of our roof and heavy buildings. Beam is similar to pillars, but they are kept horizontal.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Anybody else? Okay, please continue reading. Who will read now the last section of our lesson? Yes, Aditya. Please
The
turn
man
on your
is young
camera. Please turn on your camera. Yeah, you're
The
much
man
more.
is young had quinted down, standing on the box. Bodhraj peeped into the nest. I thought he would pick them both up and put them in his pocket, as he usually did. But after looking at them for a long time, he said, "Bring some water. The chicks are thirsty." We put it drop by drop into their mouths. I bought a glass of water. Both the chicks, beaks open, were panting. Bodhraj fed them with a drop of water. He told me not to touch them, nor did he touch them himself. How will their parents know they are here? I asked. They will look for them. He stayed in garage for a long time. When Bodhraj came the next day, he had neither catapult nor pebble. He carried a bag of seeds. We fed the manas young and spent hours watching their antennas.
Yeah, watching their antiques.
Antiques.
Okay. So here, children, before I explain you the lesson, 2, 3 words which were mispronounced. It is not thirsty. Thirsty. R is little silent here. Then we have, there was one more one, which was it? Okay, it is not neither, neither, nor. Okay. So now in the last section, what happened is, Bodhraj carefully lifted up the nest and he placed it on a rafter here. Carefully, where did he put it? Usually, but looking, wait, beam, yes. So he carefully lifted up the nest and kept it on the beam, and he peeped. Peeped means when you look inside something carefully. So he looked inside the nest. His friend thought that he's gonna pick up both the birds from there and put them in his pocket, but Bodhraj did not do anything of that sort. Rather, he looked at them very, very carefully and he instructed his friend to get some water because the birds, they were very scared and very thirsty. Panting is when you breathe very quickly, when you're frightened, when you do some running or exercise, you breathe heavily. That heavy breathing is called panting. And we should not touch the eggs or the small birds. Can anybody tell me the reason why we should not touch the eggs of the birds or the small birds, baby birds?
Ma'am, because
Ma'am,
they
because these
are
mice
very
break.
small and ma'am, they will be scared.
Ma'am, has
Scared is one, yes. The other is, the eggs, especially the eggs. If you touch them, they are spoiled. And the parents, when they come back and they can smell if somebody else has touched the eggs, if they smell something of that sort, they will disown, they'll throw the eggs themselves only. So that is why we should never touch the eggs and the birding, the baby birds, because they'll get scared, and it might, because they're very, very small. So and this incident, so
and they will throw their own eggs.
yes, birds do like that. That is why we should never touch birds' eggs. You might think that you secretly touched the eggs and the birds will not come to know. It is not like that. When you touch the eggs, the smell of your hands, the birds, they are very, very efficient in this. They will smell their eggs like that, and they'll disown, they'll spoil their eggs themselves only. Not all, the ones which are touched.
Ma'am,
Okay.
but why they throw their own eggs only?
Because they think that it's been touched and spoiled by somebody else. So they don't want the rest of the eggs to be spoiled. Because the entire growing process of the baby birds, it takes place inside the egg. No, it takes a while for the baby birds to hatch the eggs and come out. Yes. So it has got a scientific reason. We'll research on this more and we'll discuss this in the next class. Okay. So here, so now Bodhraj, who was a predator. Predator means he was the one who used to kill other birds for his entertainment. But now this small incident has changed his personality altogether. The boy who used to kill birds, who had no sympathy for them, is now actually taking care of the birds, and rather than killing them, he was feeding and helping them. Okay. Any doubt, anybody?
Ma'am, what's
No,
the
no.
meaning of
No, ma'am.
content?
Of which word, beta?
Ma'am, content.
Quietened.
Ma'am, the
Quietened.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, initially when the birds, they were very scared. They were cooing and tittering. They were making sound. But when Bodhraj lifted their nest and put it carefully on the beam, they were quietened, quiet. They were quiet. They were not making any sound. Yes, anybody else? Done? Understood, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you all can
Yes, ma'am.
unmute now because I want everybody to answer one by one now. So you all can unmute. I'll give you 10 seconds to do your question number D on page number 2121.
Ma'am, why were you asking me to unmute?
Because I want the answers now.
Ma'am, this first.
Sorry?
Ma'am, you were asking the question number D is first answer. Question.
No, I'll ask. I'm just giving you 1 seconds because it should not take more than that. Okay. Kushagra.
Yes, ma'am.
Please tell me the answer for the first question, D part. It was said that if a scorpion stung Bodhraj, the scorpion would fall dead. What does this mean?
Ma'am, this means that Bodhras was very bad and he always wanted to hurt people.
No,
And
beta. We are doing D exercise, page number 21.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so there are options
Ma'am.
given. Take the most appropriate one.
Yes, ma'am, I was telling this. Because it is a way of saying that Bodhras was a unpleasant and nasty one. Ma'am, B option.
Okay. It is also the another way of saying that Bodhraj killed scorpions and snakes also. He was not scared,
Ma'am, may I?
but he used to kill scorpions and snakes also. So there are other parts of the sentence also of the story which tells you that he was a very nasty and an unpleasant boy. But
Don't
here,
they bite him?
yes,
And don't the snakes and scorpion bite him?
yeah. See, it was said that if scorpion stung Bodhraj, the scorpion would fall dead. So this entire sentence shows that he was such a strong boy that even snakes and scorpions could not harm him. Rather, he used to kill them. So the D option is more appropriate. See, if you see all the three options, all the three options are correct. But we have to see which one is the most appropriate one. In that case, it is the D option. The C one. Yes, the second question. Dev. Dev has said the answer no. Okay, Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu. Tell me the answer for the second question. Bird cries would rent the air and the fluff of feathers would float down. It is not there. Oh, sorry, Abhimanyu is not there. Then Jayesh. Yes, who will tell me the answer?
Ma'am, may I? Bird cries would rend the air and the fluff of feathers would float down. Ma'am, he never missed a shot.
He never missed a shot. Yes. He collected feathers. We don't know. He killed birds for sure. So, A option is the most appropriate one.
Ma'am, may I the third one?
Yes, please.
Okay, ma'am. My friends seldom came to visit me. The only exception was Bodraj. Ma'am, so I think it's A, but the house was too far away for most boys to visit.
Perfect. The answer correct. The answer is A option. Yes. Come to your page number 2323. A exercise. Find
Ma'am, can
Yes. Siddhant, you were saying something?
the B option, he collected feathers, could be the answer?
Of the third one?
No, ma'am, the second one, he collected feathers. Can it be answered?
No, beta, it is not mentioned anywhere that he was fond of collecting feathers.
So, ma'am, the A one only.
No. Yeah, he killed birds. Okay. Open your books on page number 2323. A part. Find the opposites of these words or phrases in the story. First word, even. Yes, tell me the answer. From the story only.
Ma'am, odd.
Very good. Even, odd. Warm-hearted. Warm-hearted.
Cold-hearted.
You have to choose
Can
the
you tell
words
them on
from
which
the
page
story.
we are? Can you tell them on which page we are?
Beta, we are on page number 2323. A exercise we are discussing. You have to find out the opposites of the words given in A exercise from the story itself. Warm-hearted. Answer is callous, insensitive, has no sympathy, cold-hearted. So in your story, it is written callous, C-A-L-L-O-U-S. Okay, clean and tidy. Clean and
Untidy.
yes.
Ma'am, dirty and untidy.
Clean and tidy. The answer opposite.
Ma'am, dirty and untidy.
Beta, you have to tell me the opposites from the chapter, from the lesson itself. Your answers are correct, but you have to tell me the words from the lesson itself. It is written somewhere where she has mentioned about the birds and they have littered the room and made it very. What word was used?
Messy.
No. We have read the entire chapter, children. Okay, I'll tell you the line, you tell me the word. Yes?
Ma'am,
Very?
filthy.
Very good. Filthy is the answer. Filthy. Filthy. Okay, next is disapprove.
Ma'am, approve.
Very good. Approve. Then we have angel.
I'm devil.
Ma'am,
Very
devil.
good. Devil is written in the lesson.
Ma'am,
No, ma'am.
Rakshas.
Rakshas is written in the lesson. Okay, center. Center of the city. Where was his father was got transferred?
Outskirts, from outskirts of the city.
Outskirts. Yes, outskirts. Uncomfortable?
Comfortable.
Uncomfortable.
Ma'am,
Yes.
comfortable.
Demotion?
Promotion.
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 Very good. Okay. Smooth.
Rough.
Rough. Where is rough written? This word was the opposite of smooth word was used to refer the neck of the kite. I've given you the hint.
Ma'am, craggy.
Craggy, the adjective that was used to describe kite's neck. Craggy. Craggy is rough, uneven, not smooth. Last, merciful.
Ma'am, what is mercy?
Sorry?
Ma'am, what is mercy?
Merciful is who forgive everybody, who has no ill feeling in his heart for anybody. That is merciful. What is the opposite? How was the boy? He used to forgive others, or he used to wait? Very good. Vindictive. Very good. Come to the B part. Everybody has written the answers. I'm repeating them again. If you have missed, please write them. Even, odd, clean and dirty, clean and tidy, filthy, warm-hearted, callous, disapprove, approve, center, outskirts, angel, rakshas, uncomfortable, comfortable, demotion, promotion, smooth, craggy, merciful, vindictive. Done?
Ma'am, period is going to over.
Yeah, it's going to get over. We still have 2 minutes left. The second, underline the odd word. First one, perch, fly, sit, alight, rest.
Ma'am, alight.
Alight. What is the meaning of alight? To move.
Don't know.
To move. The rest are all to sit,
Yes,
stationary,
ma'am.
but alight is to move. Okay, next, second, vicious, cruel, violent, friendly, unfriendly.
Ma'am, friendly. Ma'am, friendly.
It is very obvious from the answer, friendly. Menacing, dangerous, loving, frightening, threatening.
Not loving.
Good. Peer, stare, look, listen, gaze.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
listen.
Listen, because the other all words are related to your
To see.
looks, to see. Filthy, dirty, bad, unclean, disgusting.
Ma'am, disgusting.
Bad. Ma'am, disgusting.
Okay, okay, I'll explain this. Let's do the sixth one. Start, walk, run, parade, swagger.
Swagger.
No, run, because the all other words start, walk, parade, swagger. These are the ways how you walk. Okay. Now fifth one, filthy, dirty, bad, unclean, disgusting. Filthy, dirty, bad, and disgusting. These are the words used to explain how the condition is of the room or any place. But unclean is where you are referring to somebody's thoughts, morally bad. He's morally bad. His thinking is bad. So when that is the only one word, unclean, which is referring to the moral value. So that is the odd one here. The other ones are referring to the physical aspects. Here?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you can do the idioms and try to do the book exercise yourself. I've not started the question answers because we'll not be able to complete. So there's no point starting them. You can finish the book exercises. They are very simple. You have done it earlier also. So try to do that. Okay.
Ma'am, can we do it now?
Better we can, but this lecture will finish off in another 30 seconds, I think. Okay, we'll start telling what